We can only speak to the contacts that our government had. We are not interested in war. We were just conducting retribution for a terrorist attack. If they stop, we stop.
The quick ceasefire, cease of hostilities between the two nations was mainly because of United States intervention. If this was true, how can you describe the intervention of Mr. Trump's administration?
Look, we can only speak to the contacts that our government had. We received a number of phone calls from senior United States officials and also from senior officials of other countries, of France, of UAE, of Saudi Arabia, and so on. And the message we gave to all these countries was exactly the same. We are not interested in war. We were just conducting retribution for a terrorist attack. If they stop, we stop. If that message was then in turn conveyed by such countries to Pakistan, it may well have had an effect in persuading Pakistan to stop, knowing that their stopping would also mean India would stop. So it's possible that that's what happened. But certainly there was no sort of active process of mediation that we are aware of, certainly nothing involving us, because we never intended to begin with, from the very first day when the first terror strikes, the anti-terror strikes took place on the night of the 7th of May, the next morning we gave a public briefing to the world, televised, saying that we have no desire to prolong this. If Pakistan retaliates, we will retaliate. If Pakistan stops, we will stop. That was our consistent position every day. So there was no change. They stopped, we decided to stop. We are not the belligerent power in this particular equation, Mario. Yes, Aisha.
I just have one question. You had a very successful visit to Guyana and Panama, and the countries gave you a very strong word of support against terrorism and also against countries supporting terrorism. What are your expectations from Colombia, given the fact that Colombia is expected to be a part of the United Nations Security Council from next year, where Pakistan is already a non-permanent member?
Well, we certainly wish Colombia all the best in its service on the premier body for peace and security of the United Nations. We understand that Colombia is contesting unopposed at the moment, and assuming that status continues, then it will be elected without any problem. And I do want to say that we would be very, very happy to be in regular dialogue with Colombia during its service in the Council on all international matters affecting us. On the question of our expectations from this visit, as I said at the beginning, Ayushi, we are here looking for understanding. We want Colombia, the government and people of Colombia, the Parliament of Colombia, the think tanks and idea makers and shapers of Colombia to understand what we have just been through. And if they have that understanding, we are confident we will have their sympathy and support, which we also hope to get. But first we need to understand, because we have the impression that perhaps the situation was not fully understood when that one statement came out after the Indian attacks began. Understanding is extremely important for us. We are a country which really has been a force for constructive progress in the world. We are proud of our contributions to the United Nations in areas like peacekeeping and development and fighting the environment, all sorts of things. India has never been a country that wishes to be seen in the context of war and terror. This has been inflicted upon us, and we are simply not going to take it lying down. That's what we want people to understand. And we certainly hope that other governments will tell those who give safe haven and protection to terrorists to stop doing so. That would be very helpful indeed as well, in the Security Council or outside it.